Out the delays. We had some technical issues, but it looks like we're good to get going now.
Hello, everyone. It's me, Chonky Adam. I'm here with Rhino Feeder, about to watch.
So nice to see you all.
Gaming.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited for this match. I have never seen Purple race before, but Edu, definitely a very experienced, skilled racer. Excited to see what he can pull out in an all-skills race here. We're going to try and get this going real quick, guys. We already had a little bit of a delay, so I'm going to check in with the runners right now and count them down and see what happens.
Yeah, I see Purple is hovering on the Steel Soul select. That's a bold move, Cotton. Let's see how it works out for them.
They might. Yeah. Let's see.
Purple's timer appears to be a bit purple, which is appropriate.
Okay, Edu is ready. And then Pyros. All right, I'll give them a. Oh, Pyros is not ready. You really do hate to see it. Okay. Oh, switching the fonts.
Oh, there we go.
There we go. You know, I know I just hyped up Eduboy a little bit, but I'm also excited to see Purple here. Purple does not have a PB. From what was I right there? Purple doesn't have a PB?
That's right. Purple told us that he has a current patch PB, but not a 1221 PB. We don't know how much Purple has practiced this run, so he might just get world record immediately.
Yeah, anything could happen. Could be world record. You never know.
We have no idea.
Yeah. Okay, both racers look ready. All right. I'd like Edu get to the select screen. Just waiting here for Edu to get to the Steel Soul select screen.
Edu just chilling in SpeedGaming chat. I don't know if you know this, but you're racing in a moment.
Yeah, you got to get ready there, bud. Okay, he says he's there, so there might just be a bit of delay. All right, I'm going to count it down now. Here, I'll go from 10. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. And it's going to be really anticlimactic because there's going to be a little bit of delay between when that got to
They're going, trust us.
They're going now. There's going to be a slight bit of delay, but we promise you, they are moving and grooving.
Okay, maybe they aren't going.
Maybe they're not
they're going. Edu's going at least.
There we go.
Okay.
Both start.
All right.
After 33 minutes of delay, we're ready. Nothing. The show must go on. So, what are the crucial parts in this run that you're looking for, Adam? Like, where do you think the big moments are going to be?
So, typically in these early rounds, what you're most concerned about are deaths, and there are a few points where deaths can easily happen in this run. One is in Soul Sanctum. 2 is probably in Crystal Peaks, and the third is with the Isma skips. So that's what we're concerned about most for like truly run-ending mistakes. But there's a lot of interesting movement tech in the run that we'll be looking out for.
Yeah, I would say those are my 3 most scary places as well. Especially dying in D-Dark is kind of the worst. Just because, we take a bench in City all the way up in Spire, and then we have to go all the way through C Peaks, get Crystal Heart, D-Dark, and then Dreamnail, all without taking another bench or really healing at all. So a death there is pretty costly.
Yeah, I'm going to be looking at if the runners make mistakes and take damage there. I think they should be doing heals. That's
absolutely.
That's not what you would want to do if you were, grinding for a PB. But in a race condition, you definitely want to take those heals and stay safe, especially in that split because it's so long and so punishing if you die.
Yeah, absolutely, and I agree with you totally. In a tournament setting, healing is the smart move if you're a little scared or afraid something can go wrong here.
Blue pointing out that dying to sibling climb also costs like 2 minutes. Yeah, we don't really concern ourselves with that because competent runners won't die to that, of course.
Oh my gosh, Adam throwing shade. No pun intended with the throwing shade comment though. I mean, the runners got a little desynced at the start, but I think Edu is like 5 or 6 seconds ahead, if I'm paying attention correctly.
Yeah, looks like we got a little bit of disconnect from Purple for a moment. Well, looks fine. Looks like we're back.
Okay. Purple going for the bottom platform double spike. Does not work out.
A little early on that on that spike kill. It's quite different on 1-2-2-1. Edu also missing it.
You get a swing and a miss from both runners. Edu might die here. Oh my goodness. He's gonna heal.
Edu healing. I like that play. Yeah. It's unfortunate that he took all that damage, but the heal was appropriate.
Yeah, it's fun. We don't really think about it as runners because normally if something goes terribly wrong this early on, we just reset. But there's a lot of places you can take RNG damage in this first split here.
Oh yeah, I'm known for resetting early, at the slightest mistake. I would have reset instantly after missing that spike, typically.
Of course.
But I might reset more than most, so.
All right, so Purple entering Statue Pogo room at 225. We'll see.
Kind of a scuffed Statue Pogo there from Purple, but
did the job.
But it worked. Took a damage, but he got up there.
Ad, please don't die. I'm begging. So
yeah, this is.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, he healed again. I think that's another good choice because sometimes in this room, the RNG with the 3 enemies at the left, one of them can be stuck in the doorway and can be very awkward.
So how much? I mean, I've watched Edu run a bunch. He's a very, very good runner. How much of this do you think is like tournament nerves, knowing that it's a big setting, there's a lot of people watching, and just the whole environment going on right now?
It's honestly really hard to say. These sorts of like RNG taking damage on no resets, this can happen to literally anybody. You can be the world record holder, Monster, and this is going to happen sometimes. So it's really hard to say if it's tournament nerves or if it's just every now and then a runner makes a bit of a timing error. Some of these tricks are a little precise. Like that spike kill that they went for on 1-2-2-1 is a lot more precise than it is on current patch. When I saw Purple going for it from the lower platform, I assumed that Purple is used to doing it on current patch, where doing it from that lower platform is quite easy. Whereas it's especially difficult on 1-2-2-1. Most people do it from the upper platform on 1-2-2-1. It's a little bit easier in terms of the timing window.
Yeah, I can count on less than one hand all of the runners I know on 1-2-2-1 that go for bottom plat double spike.
Yeah, like Axe, Murray.
Yeah, that's it.
Right there. Is that it?
Yeah,
I think that's it.
Yeah, so I think Edu picked up around 347 for Vengeful Spirit, Purple around 4-ish. So this race is actually a lot closer than it might look. Again, we're a bit desynced because Eduboy started his drop into King's Pass started a little bit later, but it's still a fairly close race. Yeah,
it looks like their load normalizers may not be working correctly, or maybe one of them forgot.
Oh, Nader in chat also pointing out that Valley goes for bottom plat double spikes. Shout outs to Valley. Valley's great.
Oh, Valley as well.
Yeah.
They both had pretty clean ancestral mounds. Not much to comment on here, honestly.
I didn't count how many balders Purple got, but Edu getting a 3 spit, which is annoying, but that's not like terrible. You know, for me, anything 3 and under is like fine. Okay, so we got a first spit out of Purple. I'm seeing that's good.
Yeah, that balder. I mean, I would certainly be extremely frustrated. You know, if I got a 5, 6 spit or something.
What's the record?
Do we know?
Do we know what the record is for most spits?
I believe it is 15 at the moment.
15, my goodness. All right, so I'll keep an eye on what time each runner walks into green path here. The first fireball skip coming up for Purple, see how they execute, because, okay, they just don't go for it, which, knowing that they come from current patch, that doesn't surprise me, because in current patch, we don't do that skip, because we normally don't have enough soul.
Right, that makes a lot of sense. So 549 entering the first green path room. We'll see how Edu compares in a little bit. It looks like Edu's maybe about 10 seconds ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, so for those who don't know, on current patch, the little, and Eduboy hitting the fireball skip, for those who aren't familiar with the difference between patches, that little funny walk-away fireball kill we do on the balder, current patch, we can't kill the balder off screen like that, so we normally don't have any soul left over to do that fireball skip, which is why I'm not surprised a current patch runner may not be familiar or comfortable with it.
Here comes the first fireball skip.
Going for 3, I like that.
He was definitely short from the first 2, so it was a good decision.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. When I saw that, I got a little nervous because, again, like you said, Purple looked a little short, but I like the 3 fire. Definitely faster than going for the squid back up. This just going around.
Yes, I'm also not surprised for current patch runner doing this, because those enemies at top are always very nicely positioned in current patch.
Right.
I think there's some RNG in 1.2.2.1 where they may not be in the right position, but it's a reasonable backup if you're not comfortable with those fireball skips. That last one is a little bit tighter than the others.
So let's see here.
Eduboy gets the fireball skip.
Yeah, very clean green path so far. Well, very clean fireball skips. Purple getting the kill quick, nice. Collecting all 40 Geo, always nice. Geo isn't that tight in this category early game. I mean, it's tight, but it's not as tight as a category like any %, I would say.
Yeah, I'm a little bit concerned about their HP right now.
I'm concerned about
this could get ugly.
Oh,
this
is gonna have to hit the double.
Yeah. Oh wow, that's gutsy, and he gets it.
Yeah, that paid off. Definitely paid off. Yeah, and I think I saw Edu ahead by like 20 seconds going into Moss Knight.
Yeah, this is why I would say, okay, so he's playing it safe with these Moss Knights, which I definitely respect that. When you're at 3 HP here, if you get bad Moss Knights RNG, you can end up tanking 1, sometimes even 2 damage, and then all of a sudden you're looking at a risk of dying to Hornet at 1 HP. Let's see how Edu is able to handle the Moss Knights. He's also at 3 HP, so... Oh, he just goes for it, and he gets the good RNG.
Yeah, that's always, like... You can get hit easily 2 to 3 times down there if you're not careful, if you get bad RNG. So definitely a little risky going for that in a tournament, but again, pays off. Let's see, Purple getting a good Hornet fight so far.
Yeah, Purple in this fight showing a little bit of inexperience, perhaps, a little bit of timidness in the fight, but relatively clean nonetheless.
Edu hitting a couple nice doubles here. Yeah,
real
nice.
Looks like Edu having a very nice fight there with those doubles.
It's like the second or third double I've seen. Yeah, real nice fight. Yeah, so the way that Hornet is done optimally is after we stagger her, we hit her in a specific pattern over our heads and then try to hit her with the fireball on the same hit that staggers her. And what that does is obviously we get a double hit. It's a lot more damage, a lot more efficient. Setting that up can definitely be a little tricky, but it's very worth it to go for it.
Yeah, there's a little bit of debate about whether or not it's worthwhile intentionally trying to get doubles, or if you should be going for the corner lock strategy. And sometimes Hornet will just jump too far and go over you, and that would be like an appropriate time to go for a double for sure. It's not clear exactly what the best strategy is on Hornet, despite many years of people running this category. There's still no consensus.
What I've started doing is if I get the glitch where Hornet doesn't stagger backwards anymore, then I start locking her in a corner. But if she's still staggering, I go for doubles. That's my recently philosophy. And it looks like we're gonna get a sync here from Purple just to bring the runners around the same time.
Yeah. So touching on what Rhino just said about that fight, for those who don't really understand some of the nuances of the fight, when you stagger Hornet, typically she has a knockback animation. She goes flying backwards. And that's your opportunity to get a double hit with a fireball. If you hit her with the fireball and get that knockback, sometimes she can fly back and get hit by the fireball again. But if at any point in the fight, for some reason, Hornet decides not to go flying back, we don't really understand why, but it's some sort of glitch where she will not get knocked back again in the fight. And so then doubles become impossible.
All right, so it looks like we at least have the runners synced up by where they are now.
Okay, so we had a bit of trouble with those bouncy mushrooms.
About a 50-second lead for Edu at this point. So he's gonna. I like the way he approached those enemies, making sure It's always good there to make sure you hit the fireball hits both the Geo-Rocks and the enemies. Oh, going for Murray Pogo, getting it, nice. That's a real swag. It's a real swaggy Pogo right there. I don't go for it. I'm too bad.
Yeah, it is actually faster than the traditional ePogo setup, but it's obviously somewhat risky because you're intentionally taking a damage tank for double damage. So
Edu missing Mantis Pogo and Purple having some trouble with ePogo here.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to go around.
Yeah, that's if you're already got hit twice, probably the smart move because one more hit would kill Purple here. Those explosions do 2 damage.
Wow, did you just see that back?
Yeah, I did. That was actually really cool.
I've never even seen that before. Wow, that was
I've never seen that back up. Yeah, going up the middle route there. Wow. But again, a lot of things that we're seeing from Purple are it makes a lot of sense again when they told us that they've done current patch runs but don't have like a 1-2-2-1 PB. And again, ePogo, a trick that is dramatically different on current patch versus 1-2-2-1. So
yeah, that's a trick that's much easier on 1-2-2-1 for sure.
Getting the kill here. Let's see if they get Mantis Pogo. Ooh. They could die.
Okay.
Purple could die.
Okay, okay. I like that decision. That fireball there.
Please don't die. Okay. Heal once. There we go. Okay. Purple stabilized a bit here for the time being.
That heal was probably unnecessary. There's only that one enemy right there, but
I gotta tell you, in a tournament, I'm taking that heal. I don't care how comfortable I am in a tournament setting. I'm taking that heal. All right. So Edu making his way over to Gruzmother here. Not a whole ton of exciting things going on in this split. Dash, 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 kill Gruzmother. Purple, we're going to see following closely behind. Again, about a minute and change behind in loadless time here.
Yep, they're just cruising through these rooms.
Yeah. Oop.
He got an
good backup though. Good backup.
He got a bit of an unfortunate pattern there with Gru's mother going up so quickly. You want to go for pogos at that point, but it is somewhat difficult to get those pogos.
Yeah, and very nice cleanup from Edu. Not I know the 2 fireball cleanup left 1 Gruz standing, but very, very quickly taken care of. It's always nice to see. And purple going up for the stag station. All right, this is a bit peculiar to me because normally we don't go for the stag station in all skills. So I'm a bit curious about what they're going for here.
This must be a routing difference. It looks like a CP route.
Yeah.
I would imagine. People have figured out essentially that on 1221 it's faster not to get that that stag station and to just go from Dirtmouth when trying to get to Crystal Peaks.
Right.
But I suppose purple has a plan. I imagine it's not actually that much slower because I think that's what people used to do. But
Edu getting a fireball from his shade, by the way. That's okay. He gets a real quick backup. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't lose that much time for the standard shade skip.
Right.
Because you can just go again immediately.
I'm gonna switch over to Edu's audio as they're ahead here. So heading into city, getting I can never get that soul totem hit. I don't know about you. I can never get that.
Yeah, when I was learning this category, I just didn't even go for it.
Yeah, I don't even go for it because 99% of the time I miss it and then I've just lost time for nothing. So, yeah. Are we having an audio issue right now?
I'm not sure.
I think Edu's audio might not be coming through.
Yeah, I think we'll just switch back to purple.
Yeah, just
for now.
I'm back. Yeah. There we go. Okay, so we'll stay with purple's audio. Having a little bit of issue with Edu's. Purple getting the shade skip too, very cleanly. And Edu almost going past the bench, remembering that this is not any percent, and he needs to take that back. Yeah. All right, so for anybody who isn't familiar with this route, the runners need to get 800 geo here, and the reason is because on 1221, a big part of this run is utilizing a mechanic known as lever skips, which is using the extended range of dash slash, which is one of the nail arts in this game, to hit levers through walls. It is very much not developer intended, but because it's still available on this patch, we use it, and it makes the run a lot different than it would be on current patch. So that's why we're going out of our way here. You see Edu killing Gorgeous Husk, and then just saving quitting out. We really only do this for the geo. And then you're going to see Edu head up into Kingdom's Edge soon and kill a bunch of hoppers. And this is a fairly new geo routing from my understanding, compared to what the old geo route used to be for this category.
Yeah, almost every main category relies almost entirely on relics to hit the major geo stipulations. This run a little bit different than most runs where it actually relies on enemies to get some of the geo.
Yeah, and one of the bigger reasons for that being, in a category like any percent where we're using Lantern to open up Crystal Peaks, that's 1,800 geo, so that's a lot of geo the runners need to get. In all skills, just by the rules of the category, we already have dive, so we just use dive to get in the peaks instead. And thus we don't really even need, we don't need Lantern at all.
Yeah, that's definitely a huge difference between the categories.
My only concern now is if Purple starts doing CP routing, I don't know the CP route at all. I have no idea where they're supposed to be going or what's supposed to happen. So.
Neither do I. And they're exiting the Gorgeous Husk room. Normally, you just quit out there and you go straight into Kingdom's Edge. Let's see where they're going. But they're collecting more Geo here.
Okay.
That's something. That's interesting.
Yeah, it looks like they're heading back.
I'm not sure exactly what is happening here. I guess we'll find out.
And Edu with a real good Geo count. I know I said we need 800, but shortly after this 800, we need another 300 to get into or to get King's Station after we're done in city to go back to Dirtmouth. So it's always good to have a little extra Geo from the hoppers going to Dash Slash. But
yeah. Okay, so purple is heading over. It looks like to get Dash Slash.
Yeah.
But they just didn't do the quit out. Maybe they're just not aware of that.
Yeah, it could be.
But they are doing the proper route, by and large.
Mm-hmm.
Chat saying that purple didn't quit out to get more Geo. However, okay. Yeah.
You know, because they spent the 50 Geo on the Stag Station, so maybe
that's right.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's what happened here. That actually makes a lot more sense.
Mm-hmm. So we see Edu now making his way back to what we mentioned very early on is one of the first spots in this run that can really kill a run with a death is Soul Sanctum.
Also, great hopper percent achieved by purple here.
Yeah, this is technically a verifiable, submittable run of great hopper percent. Oh, please don't die.
HP.
God, my heart can't take this. Okay, oof. There's still more hoppers. Edu going through the dark room now. So what you guys saw on Edu's screen was one of the first lever skips in this category, where we hit the lever that you would normally on current patch you would need to go around and defeat the Great Husk Sentry to open up that section of the spire, but we can just hit the lever through the bottom of the floor actually on this patch, and I think that's used in almost every major category on this patch, so it's a very common skip to see. Oh. Edu pogoing the air. Very, very good speed tech there. Very little known. It's much faster. All right, so this enemy here, some people just shoot 2 fireballs right away. Some try and conserve their soul. And I like just shooting 2 fireballs like Edu just did. I like just shoot the 2 fireballs, kill it. Don't worry about RNG.
Yeah, that was also a position, a spawned position that was not favorable for getting a double hit with the fireball. There are a couple positions where there's a pretty good chance you can get a double hit with your fireball, but that was not one of them. So just blasting it twice was a good decision.
Missing his Dash Slash. Edu's stream, okay, looks good now. The other thing too, though, is at least in that position where the Soul Twister was, it is really easy for Geo collection, I will say.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like we're getting some lag here, I think.
Yeah, we're seeing some lag here on the Discord stream, but it seems to be okay on the actual restream.
Very, very peculiar. I think I've just lost the stream entirely in the Discord. Let me see if I can contact. I can do some delayed commentary from watching the Twitch stream, but
yeah, we can watch the Twitch stream. We're gonna have a little bit more delay now, but we can comment on what happens.
Oh, I think we have the Discord stream back. I got the Discord stream back. Does Edu have much longer loads or something? Someone asked in chat. Everybody in this tournament should be using a 2-second load normalizer. That's not something we normally would use, but for a tournament setting to make things easier to watch in real time, we are in fact using that. But yeah, there's no guarantee that the runners are actually using it. But
well, Edu's loads look extremely long. I don't know if he's using the normalizer or if that's just his computer's speed,
Yeah, I do know there were some people who had computers in this tournament where 2 seconds wasn't long enough of a load normalizer, so definitely some first round technical issues to figure out here. And Edu going for not the super speedy strat, but a good early start here on Soulmaster. Soulmaster can be a real jerk here if he gives you a bad pattern, but not too bad. Really good fight from Edu. Oh. And purple going for... I don't know if you can actually make that jump from that side, to be honest. Okay. Purple figured it out. Okay. So I'm interested now to see if Edu goes for the quick kill, and he is going to go for the. Okay, gets one fireball off. Very nice.
Yeah, a pretty nice fight from Edu. I always love to see those up slashes. It's just so satisfying.
Definitely.
The way the hitboxes seem to work out perfectly for that.
Oh yeah. It's definitely tricky to get used to, but it's not that scary once you understand. So we see now purple heading, at least in real time, heading shortly behind Edu. Going to the right here in Sanctum, They might not know, again, if they're familiar mostly with current patch strats, they might not know the lever skip in the previous room.
Well, that's not a current patch strat as far as I'm aware.
Yeah.
So I don't think you can hit that lever through the floor like that.
That's true.
On current patch. This is like a 106 route.
Yeah, this is interesting. And getting really bullied here by the soul, and that's the negative of going from that bottom route, is now there's 2 soul twisters to bully.
Yeah, so he's skipping the Soul Warrior with Shade Soul. That Soul Warrior is extremely fast, so it's actually not worth taking this route. You can just kill that Soul Warrior with, I believe it's 2 Shade Soul doubles and 4 hits with the nail. I think is right.
That is correct, yeah. 4 nail hits and technically 4 Shade Soul hits, and we hope for doubles. Pyro's getting that soul before, I like that. I definitely don't like going into this fight without any soul. And Edu making quick work of getting out of Sanctum. He's got a good geo count too, keeping in mind that we killed the first row of enemies in this next room he's about to enter. So let's see how nice Soulmaster is to purple. Oop. It's one of the most frustrating things in the world when Soulmaster teleports away from a fireball right as you shoot it.
Especially in this category where you have Shade Soul, which normally makes the fight so fast. And so missing a Shade Soul loses relatively a lot of time. Okay, Edu going for this bench, which makes sense being at only 2 HP.
Which bench? Sorry, I was speaking with one of the volunteers.
The Spire bench.
That's a bench we have to take, actually. So that's a bench that we have to take because from here we go to Crystal Peaks, get Crystal Heart, get D-Dark, get Dream Nail, and then we save and quit out back to there to fight Watcher Knight. So that is.
Oh, sorry, I mistook that for the second time. You can actually just go back to the bench after Watcher Knights, right? And some people do that.
You can. I'm not sure where it would hard save you. I'm not sure where it would hard save you after if you save and quit out after Dream Nail without taking that bench, though.
Well, no. After Watcher Knights, you go down to Isma's, and then you go to Basin.
Gotcha. Right? Yes. Okay, I understand what you're saying now. Gotcha. Oh, perfect 300 geo from Edu. That is optimal geo routing. Well done. And purple picking up this relic here.
Purple looking quite low on geo here.
Yeah, they're definitely going to need to sell a little bit to get Kingston. 1 HP here is really scary, especially with those enemies spawning in randomly.
Also, they don't seem to know about that.
Yeah.
They don't seem to know about the dash/lever skip in that room.
Right.
All right, let's see how they handle this Geo situation. Looks like they might be going to Lem after picking up that relic.
Yeah, I imagine they have to, right? I mean, they need a lot of. They need about 250 Geo right now to take King Station out of here, and they have, you know, they don't know. Oh no.
Yeah, this. Yeah.
Purple's gonna have to save.
Purple's gonna have to quit out here.
I think that takes them back to Soulmaster, maybe.
Yes, that's right.
I gotta be honest, I didn't know that could soft lock there.
Yeah. I can't remember if it's supposed to spawn there or if you're always going to get that sort of soft lock. I believe actually it will spawn. It's supposed to spawn, but I'm not 100% on that.
Yeah. So Edu now we see Edu now walking into how we get into Crystal Peaks and All Skills, which is, you know, diving through that floor. And from here on all the way to Crystal Heart, it kind of matches the any % route, which most people are a little more familiar with, maybe. Crystal Peaks and the Crystal Heart split in particular being one of my personal favorite splits. Is very movement heavy, very interesting, and not really a whole ton of RNG that can throw us off. Which that is my favorite type of split.
Okay, now they're doing this Nash Slash skip. I'm a little bit confused about what Purple has been doing with their routing, but...
And I'm sad that Edu missed Pogax. You really do hate to see it, but going around quickly.
Missing Pogax always feels bad. Also, taking a lot of damage here, which is not good.
He'll have a chance to redeem himself with a juicy underplat, don't worry.
Yeah, I'm also looking to see if Edu does some more healing. I think it would probably be wise. At the end of the key room, there's a Glimback to the right. And I'm hoping that Edu decides to go and get some hits off of that Glimback to recover some of this HP, just to make sure.
Either there, I would say, or really nice damageless cycle there from Edu. I can never get that, so I'm always impressed when I see other people do it. Yeah, there's either the Glimback in this room, as you were saying, or there's also the Soul Totem that's right like immediately before Crystal Heart, a little off to the right.
True.
Either of those. Either way, I would expect Edu to do a damageless Crystal Heart cycle here. So for those who don't know, in the room that we pick up Crystal Heart with all the parkour going on and all the lasers, if you've ever watched an any % run, they take an intentional damage tank there because they don't really need any health running any % because we immediately pick up Crystal Heart and save and quit back to Dirtmouth. But here, we need to maintain at least a little bit of health going into Deep Dark, especially because we do an intentional damage tank in there. And the cycle you're seeing Eduboy do right now is a damageless cycle that loses about like a second, so it's not really a big deal. But definitely, I definitely like seeing him preserve the HP here. And underplat, you love to see it. Somewhere off in the distance, Locust smiles. We see Purple here now with about 500 Geo. Very curious to see what they do with that.
Yeah, I think what happened was they realized they were at low Geo.
Hey, I'm sorry, what just happened to Edu? Edu just canceled his C-dash over the spikes and fell. May have been a fat finger or something.
Yeah, definitely an interesting routing decision there to stop the C-dash and fall into the spikes.
Yeah, I don't think that's optimal. Oh, we're getting health from the Glimback here. I like that. Yeah, definitely not a section we want to go into with 2 health. So I'm very, very happy to see that. Nice, good, safe tournament strats. So now see how Edu does the Crusher cycle here. Very nice. Ooh, that hurts a little bit, but it's not too far. It's not too terrible of a time loss. We get spawned right back here.
Yeah, I don't think you can actually make that that last Crusher instantly like that.
Yeah, if you can, I'm not aware of it, but oh, really nice. I've never seen that before. The wall cling storage that Edu just went for, where he reversed it. That was really cool, actually. Oh, please don't. This is like probably the worst place in the entire run to die.
Oh no.
Yeah, please don't die. Whatever
Okay,
you do.
leaving that room. I can't remember what's on the other side. Okay.
I mean, dying here is just, it's scary because we go all the way back to the spire if we die here. Let's see, taking a hit in D-Dark here. This is really scary. I mean, there's not really any safe places to grab soul anymore.
He can keep hitting these crystal hunters if he doesn't kill them.
Yeah, and again, I'm afraid of doing that. They're really scary to me. Okay. There we go. Looks like Edu found his rhythm, and okay, there we go. A very nice, clean, dark room at last, but got scary for a second there. And Purple gonna go for Pogax. Just missing it. But yeah, so another thing we need health for here, for any viewers not familiar with the category, when we pick up D-Dark, we get it by destroying a big giant pink crystal at the end of this room. And with the final hit, if we hit it with a dash slash, it keeps our momentum traveling forward, and we fall off a ledge and into some spikes. And that hazard respawn from hitting the spikes actually gives us control of our character earlier than we normally would get it. So it saves a bit of time here. So you're going to see Edu get 7 hits on this crystal, break all the planks in front of him, and then you're going to see him charge a dash slash here. And it looks kind of funny, but it saves quite a bit of time. Yeah, so here's the hazard respawn. And he has control of his character already. Normally, you wouldn't get control of your character for like another 3 seconds after what we just saw even, so definitely worth.
Whoa, Purple actually going for the dash cancel hitless strat in the key room. That is a pretty new and somewhat advanced strat for this room.
Yeah, again, I've gotten it like maybe 2 or 3 times. I don't even go for it anymore.
Yeah, I do go for it in my runs, but I have spent quite a bit of time practicing other dash cancel strats. Right. Definitely something that you don't see very commonly, especially from runners who may not be as experienced.
I'm just excited to see here if Purple looks like they're doing, okay, they're gonna do damage this cycle. No, they're taking damage here. I'm curious to see if they go for underplat. Please, nice. Both runners getting underplat, so everybody's a winner in my heart today. We'll see if Edu, there's an underplat here Edu can go for. Underplat to Electric Boogaloo, and he does it. Nice. Almost getting a little nervous there. Goodness.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And we'll see. We'll get a good idea of the time difference here in a second, I guess. I'll just remember roughly 28 minutes for Dream Nail for Edu. Now, Purple coming up to the D-Dark split, one of the most common death places in this entire run. Very nice movement through the crushers. Always better to slow down there than try and rush and get hit.
Definitely.
Now, I'm curious to see what strat Purple goes for in this room, because there's a lot of different approaches many runners take.
I also just want to point out that both of them saved the grub there before this dark room. I can't say I approve of that decision, but that is what they chose to do. Yeah. Unfortunately.
You really do hate to see it. So what we see Purple doing there is a strat. It's a pretty good tournament safe way of doing that dark room. It's pretty much just C dash forward, and every time you hit a wall, just jump up on whatever you hit. It's not the optimal way to move through that room, but it's definitely a completely fine. It's better than dying, right? Anything's better than dying, so. Now, as you get into the Watchers fight, which... Oh, very clean kill there. Real nice double. Good job recognizing the roll. There's one more hit on them. Yeah, so for anybody not familiar with how Watcher Knights are fought in this category, it's pretty much just spam D-Dark over and over again. It's the most powerful spell we have. It does a ton of damage. And it can hit both the knights at once, so.
Okay, purple not doing the early control strat.
I noticed that, yeah.
He may just not be aware of it.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a current patch thing. Again, I don't really play much on current patch, so it's hard to say. But Edu having a really good fight with Watcher Knights being taken care of here. And I think I said Dreamnail finished picking up around 28 minutes for Edu, so I'll try and remember that now looking at purple. Kind of see how...
Yeah, it looks like about a six minute lead, I would say.
Edu forgetting how elevators work real quick. I'm just messing with.
Maybe he was going for Televator, but
yeah,
that's a banned strat, so don't do that, Edu.
And you're trying to perform a major glitch, you really hate to see it. But the next section of this run coming up is, I think, the second place you had mentioned at the start that it's really easy to take a death, which is the Isthmus skips.
Right. To start with, there's a Spike Tunnel skip, and I think people often underestimate this Spike Tunnel skip, especially on 12221, because there is actually, apparently, according to Volignatev, who is an expert on these sorts of nuances of the game mechanics, there's actually some RNG in how many freeze frames you get when you pogo the spikes.
Oh, purple doing an interesting C-dash here that I'd never seen before. Oh, taking a fall there, but kind of stinks. And they're just going to jump across the Oh, taking another fall there is purple. Purple having a really tough time with these dream platforms here.
Now, another spot that new runners underestimate, these dream platforms can just be kind of brutal.
Yeah, absolutely. They're a little more precise than one might think. So I'm going to say roughly 35 minutes for purple here. With the Dreamnail pickups. That's about a 7-minute lead for Edu at this point. And now I'm curious to see how Edu handles the Spike Tunnel skip here, as well as the Isthmus skips. Definitely, in my opinion, probably the hardest skips in the category. We'll see here. Oh, falling off the ledge there, definitely very common. We want to be about as low on that ledge as we can be for that jump. See, second try. Okay, so gets it second try, so not a huge time loss there. The one thing that makes me sad, though, is Edu doesn't have enough soul to shoot a fireball here, something I always like to do for safety. Okay, there, and he's going to get it. I actually really like that play. Because if you do this C-dash right here and a horn happens to be in the way, that it can combo you for 2 damage, and that really that hurts both your time and your health. And real nice skips from Edu. Very clean Isthmus section.
Right, that setup list strat that he did, another dash cancel strat, sort of a common theme that a lot of these newer strategies are utilizing, this dash cancel, a somewhat underused mechanic in most speedruns.
Right. Yeah, that I was surprised at how much that mechanic actually has application, especially in this category. That with Isthmus skips, the skip that we were talking about in Crystal Peaks earlier, well, with the damageless key room cycle, and then with Basin skip, which we might see Edu do in a little bit, heading up to Broken Vessel here. Purple making quick work of the Watchers so far.
Yeah, purple seems to be a fan of using Shade Soul over D-Dark in most situations in this fight. I can't say I entirely disapprove as a true ending runner.
Yeah, definitely agreed. So let's see. I'm very curious to see how much these Malarks are going to bully Edu. There are a couple runners in the community who like to make predictions about how many times they're going to get hit by these Malarks in their chat. So if anybody wants to place bets, now may be a good time to do it for Edu. But there, as RNG as it may look, there is a fairly consistent way to get through the Malarks with only getting hit 1, maybe 2 times, barring some really, really, really unlucky RNG. But it's mostly consistent movement.
Yeah, there's only one Malark that we always just try to C-dash past, and there's a small chance that you get hit. That's really the only one that has major RNG. The rest, there are strats where you can time things properly and guarantee not being hit. Some people don't go for them. They're not always the fastest option even. Sometimes it's faster just to tank some damage. Depends on how risky you want to take this section.
And Edu getting oh, that was a weird wall cling storage, but so that one that just hit Edu, that is the only Malark here that is pure RNG that we really can't do a whole ton about. But everything else, to a casual viewer, it might look like his movement is just dash, 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 but he's actually moving in a very specific, deliberate way with visual cues and all to avoid as many of these hits as he can. Yeah,
he messed up the movement on the last one a little bit, but taking a heal.
3 and 2. Did anybody? Shadow Devin chat actually guessed 3 and 2 and gets it. You'll love to see it. Congratulations, you win nothing, but you look cool on stream.
GG's.
GG's. So, for anyone wondering about that C-dash as you just did to start this fight doesn't actually start until all of the light seeds that spawn on the ground enter the broken vessel's head. So, destroying those as fast as possible makes the fight start a little faster, which, well, we're speedrunning, so obviously that's kind of important. Edu having 1 HP here, but killing broken vessel, not a problem. And now purple heading down to the spike tunnel skip, definitely. Oh, I really like that. I actually really, really liked their approach to that. That was a really good, like, safe, consistent tournament strat. I don't know if you were watching purple, but they did a fireball to buffer their spike tunnel pogo.
Yeah, really like that. It does look like a nice safety strat.
Yeah. So purple trying to, I don't think I've ever seen somebody set up the C-dash off that platform there, but it seems to be okay, and it works out.
You can just dash off of the left platform and buffer a dash to the left, and the timing just happens to work out perfectly.
Yeah, I actually, when I was learning this category, I actually learned that on accident. And good, getting the early control.
But purple making it through the isthmus section.
Yeah,
relatively
really cleanly.
Safely.
Real cleanly. Yeah. C-dash. Oh, I don't know if you can actually C-dash back across there with isthmus.
You can, I believe, but he had to be a little bit lower.
Today I learned. That is one of the cool things about calming races is I get to see a lot of strats that I might not even know about from runners. So it's really cool. Excuse me.
Yeah, so Eduboy is now in the portion of the run that I like to call running errands. There's not that. Oh, actually, he still has Hornet. After Hornet 2. Okay.
Yeah, after Hornet 2, I definitely can see why you would call it running errands.
After Hornet 2, then we're just running errands, and then you go to the Abyss and you finish things up.
Purple taking some time to heal here. Not entirely necessary because we bench right here, but I can understand why at 1 HP, again, in a tournament setting, and no matter what's around, not taking the bench, actually. Sorry, I interrupted myself because I'm curious about what purple is going to do after Broken Vessel.
Yeah, I'm not sure about this routing, because normally you quit to that bench.
Yeah.
And then you go to Hidden Station.
Right.
I suppose he plans on manually working his way back to hidden station, which is
definitely
a
could
bit
be
of time.
Purple making his way through the Malarks now. So that one that purple just hit will always hit you if you go for the C-dash, and I think that's actually the, like, quote, optimal way to do it. But
That's right.
But it does, obviously, you take a hit going into a boss fight, so very understandable that not everybody would want to do that.
Yeah, and it's not going to work out because, as you saw, he took a heal anyway.
Right. I'm just farming this Malark a bit for some soul. Definitely not a bad place. And Edu getting kind of bullied by Hornets too here, but still at 3 HP. He's getting some good doubles in there. Oh, okay.
Hornet 2, an interesting fight because she has very low HP and it's a very aggressive fight. But just the way that it works and the level of aggression, if you start taking hits and you sort of get off rhythm, you can take a lot of hits very, very quickly.
This is really scary. Fight. Yeah, and I've noticed that in my own practice. Oh my god, I have no... I just want to point out, the skill it took for Edu to make that jump over Hornet's dash, but not jump too high and hit the spike ball above him, was actually insane.
Yeah, this is definitely a bit nerve-wracking.
Oh no!
Oh, that's really unfortunate.
Well, this is an opportunity for Purple to make up some time here.
Yeah, that's definitely not what you want to see. That's probably going to lose a minute and a half, I would guess.
That's a really rough place to die right there. I mean, Edu still has a lead, but obviously that a death definitely works in Purple's favor there. I'm curious to see now if this time around Edu takes the safety bench.
Yes. If I were him, I wouldn't.
Yeah. Go big or go home, right?
Well, some people make this mistake where they die to a boss and then they get scared that they're going to die again. Mm-hmm. And your death and your time loss, it's already happened. Mm-hmm. You can't stop it. If you're confident enough that you can beat Hornet without taking that safety bench the first time, then there's no good reason you should do it a second time.
I like the attitude. I like the mentality there. You know, I was just about to comment too how I'm really impressed that we've gotten this far into the run without a death. I was just about to say that too. So
yeah, chat telling us to tell Purple to quit out after the wings, but he actually didn't take the bench. So yeah, that would have been a major mistake if he had done that. Actually,
right. I don't know where it would have taken them back to. Actually, I think Spire.
Yeah, I think it's all the way back. Is it Lurian, or is there a save at Isma's?
No, I think you're right. I think it would be all the way back up to Lurian. I forgot about that. Edu is going to take the safety bench this time. I don't hate the decision. I understand the rationale. I mean, he's already nervous. He just died once.
Yeah, I think this is nerves. I think going for this bench is nerves. He's scared that he's going to die again. But I do think that might be a mistake. We'll see. If he dies again, then it's not a mistake. If he doesn't die, then it was a mistake.
Yeah, the benefit Edu has right now, he has a really big lead. Like, we'll be clear. He has a massive lead. He can afford to play a little safe, a little more comfortable. And it's a race setting. Most runners probably not going for PBs. So I can totally understand why he just wants to play safe and be comfortable here.
Yeah, chat asking about pronouns. They're both he, him. I just use they, them a couple times because I've forgotten, and Purple just told me before we started casting that it was he, him.
Yeah.
So just, try to remember. Okay, so this looks like a much cleaner Hornet fight. It looks like that safety bench probably going to end up being unnecessary.
Yeah, very good. There you go. That's probably the fight he had hoped for the first time.
Yeah, Purple also taking the safety bench the first time. That makes a lot more sense. If you're not confident in your Hornet fight, you should just take the safety bench right off the bat.
Yeah.
If you are confident, you should never take the safety bench. That's my general rule.
Sure. I will say it is cool to see that. I mean, I know that Edu has a massive lead right now, but it is cool to at least kind of see them at the same sections at the same time now. I'm curious to see if Purple can get a Deathless Hornet too. Again, a very difficult fight. Even in my practice this morning, I died a few times. It's not at all an easy fight.
Right. Edu not invalidating his run.
Yeah, good job.
Love to see it.
You love to see him doing the legal early control.
And Purple looking quite confident with this fight, I must say. And now Edu's in the portion of the run that I call,
errands.
Running errands. Right.
Purple on 1 health. I'm nervous. Oh god.
Yeah, it was looking good, and like I said.
Oh no! So both runners taking at least one death here.
Oh, that's unfortunate. However, Purple did take the safety bench, so it's going to be a little bit less punishing. Only about, I think, a 20-second time loss of getting back into the fight, plus however long was spent in the fight.
Yeah, so not much to really commentate right here. Edu just heading up to Howling, to Cliffs or Cyclone Slash, which is not really much going on in this split. Just a bunch of C-dashing and dashing. Not really any enemies we need to kill. Not really any skips. No boss fights. So kind of just making. Oh, sorry.
No, continue.
I was gonna say Edu kind of just making his way through King's Pass here, where we started the run, climbing up, and we'll see them save and quit it out shortly after they get that back to Dartmouth.
Yep, and once again, I said this before, but Purple does look pretty confident with this Hornet fight. Just looks like the first time he took some unfortunate damage chains, essentially, just getting hit and then getting knocked off rhythm and then getting hit again. Also, an important aspect of that Hornet fight is getting those staggers. A lot of the rhythm is based around chaining those staggers together, and if you get hit, then very often you're going to actually lose the stagger chain, and that can screw things up a lot.
Right. Yeah, Hornet it's very much a fight about getting into a rhythm with Hornet and having a good pattern going. And like you said, if you get off that rhythm, things can get a little dicey. So now Purple also in the errands section of this run. Exactly.
Not much to comment on during the running errands portion, although Eduboy is now on his way to Umu, and we'll see if he gets the 1 cycle. The 1 cycle strat here is a little bit easier than the any % 2 cycle strat, but there are a couple of differences. One is that if you get an extra attack, an RNG extra attack from Umu, it's much harder to recover the setup and get the 1 cycle. And if you fail the 1 cycle, it's actually not trivial to turn it into a 2 cycle.
Yeah, and that's a really important point you make, because I see a lot of runners like, oh, well, to get a 2 cycle, I'll just try the 1 cycle, and if I fail, I'll get a 2 cycle. It's not always that easy, because like you said, if you mess up the 1 cycle badly enough, it becomes, like you said, it's very non-trivial to get a 2 cycle if you don't do enough damage.
Yeah, because you send Umu off screen to get the one cycle. And so if you screw it up, then it takes 2 attacks for Umu to just get back on screen. And so you don't have the same opportunity to get in Dream Nails and recover all your soul and get a nice damage rotation at the next opportunity. Where's purple going?
That was an interesting. I've just never seen that route taken to get back there. That was I was like, are they going to go for Fury or something here? Maybe.
Yeah, that's actually the old route that people used to take to get up to Howling Cliffs.
Nice. Shout outs to Edgy for the Cyclone Slash. You love to see it. I feel like Cyclone Slashes don't get used enough in this category, or Cyclone Drops, I should say, specifically, don't get used enough in this category.
Yeah, there are a lot of spots where, you know, these nail art strategies can save you just a tiny bit of time. And
we'll see if Edgy gets
I certainly would not remember them very well.
1, 2, 3, 4, and he may have been a little late there. It looks like he gets the kill. Real good one cycle from Edu. I was a little worried that his second 2 fireballs were a bit late, but it looks like he pulled it off anyway. Real nice. Yeah.
Actually, I think it was perfect because he started his fireballs a little bit early, I thought. And I thought it was actually a nice adjustment on his part to delay his last nail hit and to delay those fireballs a bit, because if basically any part of Umu's hitbox is still touching the wall, then he'll get stuck and you'll only get a single on one of the fireballs. So I actually thought it was absolutely perfect for him to adjust like that.
Yeah, that's the good point you make too, because I remember Edu's first fireball was so early that I was almost worried it wasn't going to hit. I was worried Umu was still going to be immune. So yeah, good adjustment, good understanding of the fight. For those who don't know why we push Umu out of bounds for that one cycle, inside of the arena, if Umu touches any platforms, it kind of gets stuck in the platforms. And Umu doesn't like get knocked back or whatever, which makes it very difficult, if not impossible, to get double fireball hits. By pushing Umu out of bounds, we completely remove all of the friction and any physics from the game that would interact with Umu, and it allows us to freely get double fireballs on Umu.
Right. And Edu displaying a nice understanding of that by delaying his hits at the end so that Umu had time to drift past the right wall of the arena just enough so that he could get those doubles.
Yeah, definitely. That's what when a lot of people ask me for help on, you know, why aren't I getting the one cycle, what's going on? One of the biggest problems I see is that, like you just said, they shoot that first fireball before Umu is fully out of the arena, and then it doesn't double. So definitely a small little nuance to keep up on.
Yeah, definitely a mistake that I used to make a lot in the past as well. And I've been working on that one cycle for a long time because we do the exact same setup in True Ending. And that was a very common mistake for me as well, until actually fairly recently.
Real nice Fog Canyon climb from Edu, by the way. That room is a lot harder than it looks. I appreciate a good clean climb there. He's going for the airwalk strat. Nice.
Yeah, I call this whole section running errands, but I don't want to be entirely dismissive of it. There is difficult movement here going on.
Yeah, definitely. So what an airwalk is, for anyone who's not familiar, if you dash over a section of the ground in the game Hollow Knight, I believe this is only on 1.2.2.1. It might be, again, my current patch knowledge is embarrassingly bad. But if you dash over a seam on the ground and then buffer a jump right out of it, the game will still think that you're on the ground for a little bit, which allows you to do an extra dash in midair. And that can be utilized in a few different places for speed tech. And Purple going for a D-Dark strat with Umu. Interesting.
Yeah, I don't dislike that. He's doing the any percent 2 cycle setup, which is what we normally recommend to runners who aren't comfortable with the 1 cycle setup yet. Because you don't have to be as precise as you do in any percent. You don't have to get that full damage rotation both times like you do in any percent. So it's pretty lenient. And like we mentioned earlier, if you screw up the 1 cycle, it's not trivial to get the 2 cycle. If you do the 90% 2 cycle setup, it's pretty much free.
Yeah, I as much as I normally don't like using the term free, but I would agree with you there. If you go for the any percent 2 cycle setup with the all skills loadout, it's pretty trivial. Just because Shade Soul does so much damage. I'm being told in chat too that D Dark strats can also 1 cycle, so that's nice.
I imagine it's extremely tight though, much tighter than the normal 1 cycle setup.
A real nice great slash section from Eduboy. His movement there, as we were talking, his movement through the through all the thorn section stuff was pretty good. And Purple getting Monomon now. So again, real time, runner's fairly close. I think Edu just really putting his foot on the pedal here, trying to close out this race, but very happy to see Purple still going strong here.
Yeah, it's been a clean run from Purple. The only death we've seen is Hornet, I believe. Mm-hmm. Was there anything else? I don't think so.
That's the only death I remember was Hornet too.
And they both had a death to Hornet too, so...
Right, and with Purple taking the safety bench especially, really, you know, it could have been a lot worse.
Edu coming up on the Howling Race arena, which honestly, I don't know how to do this arena properly. I'm not sure anybody truly knows how to do this arena properly, but...
Well, so the squids that spawn in, they spawn in... I don't want to say the exact same pixel perfect spot every time, but they do spawn in at pretty much the same location every single time you run this arena. So we see Eduboy doing, this is the very well-known rehearsed strat for killing them. Yeah, really, that was pretty fucking textbook from Edu. Wow, that was part of my language. I was just super impressed. That was really clean. That was really clean from Edu. And we see Purple here moving through the great slash section. I don't know if he went for the airwalk as well. I don't know how much time the airwalk strat actually saves.
Well, you can also do that pogo on the lantern underneath the upper platform. Those 2 strats are approximately equal in speed.
Yeah, I think they're about the same time, because I see Pisces do the airwalk and I see Monsta do the lamp pogo. So
Purple in a bit of danger here. I would like to see a heal.
Definitely would like to see a heal.
Good decision.
Yeah, because we don't need soul for anything here at all. There's nothing to be using it for. And Edu gets to do a little bit of any percent muscle memory here, just a little bit easier, because we don't need any additional hits aside from 1 Shade Soul on these Petras, making this arena pretty clean and trivial.
Yeah, it's really nice to not have to worry about those Petra doubles like you do in any percent.
Yeah. There's definitely a couple small nuances in this. Oh, Purple taking another hit there. I would like, oh please, okay. I got really scared there.
That was a little bit nerve-wracking.
That was a little nerve-wracking for me.
My heart also started going off there.
Yeah, this room in particular that Edu's on, there's a few nuances to the movement that are different than 90%, because we have wings, which is something we don't have, obviously, in 90%. That I still haven't really even figured out, so I always like watching how more experienced runners in this category go through that section. And now we have the dark part of the run coming up with Dark Deep Nest. In any percent, we do this same exact section of the run just with lanterns, so we can see everything just fine, but curious to see how safe or aggressive Edu plays here.
Yeah, fortunately, this section is not too difficult in the dark. We have some very well-known, very easy, normalized strats that will get you through here pretty safely. Edu choosing not to go for the D-Dark on that last drop, and he did get hit which is
I always
unfortunate.
like going for that D dark for that exact reason, because what's even scarier is that enemy can hit you into spikes, and any dark room, this is just a game mechanic as a whole, any dark room that you're in, if you have to hazard respawn and you don't have lantern, the game just instantly puts you back to where you entered the room. So that can lose a ton of time really quick.
Purple taking a different route into Queen's Garden. He's going to have to go up here to get Howling Race.
I think this is the current patch route.
Right, because you can't do the dash/lever skip from the other side.
That one right there that they just did, yeah.
Yeah.
And then Edu making his way through Beast Den. Definitely a much more simple path than any percent where we actually have to do Beast Den.
Right.
Yeah, so I'm curious to see if Edu goes for the optimization where you dream nail the Devout and go to the left after Hera. A fairly new optimization from my understanding, but it's worth it if you have 3 hits of soul already. So I'll be curious to see if that's their intention. That's why a lot of runners don't go for the D Dark in that first Dark Room, to save up enough soul for that.
Yeah, so we're coming up to basically the last stipulation that Ed do. He just needs to go to the Abyss now and grab Shade Cloak and Abyss Shriek, and then Abyss Climb, which for me is probably my favorite part of the run. It's the most interesting movement, in my opinion.
Yeah, but definitely. It's a great part of the run. It's probably my favorite.
But very small mistakes can be very, very punishing in the Abyss Climb, so it's something to look out for.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of strats that if I remember that I learned Abyss Climb by watching ILs of it, and I very quickly learned that a lot of the IL strats are not necessarily things that people go for in a regular all skills run. So I played a little bit safer than you might see like in an IL Abyss Climb. And Purple trying to set up.
Yeah, even
nice.
Even the quote-unquote normal Abyss Climb strat has some things of questionable difficulty. There's a lot of spike pogos where the platform is essentially slanted above you, so you're pogoing up into spikes, and you need to move out of the way almost perfectly to manage that.
Right. Purple taking a bench here. I can understand why. Definitely a lot of places to get hit in the next few sections. Edu's going to go for Swag Door. You'll love to see it. Oh, no!
It seems like Purple does not know the right position to do this damage warp.
Yeah, they might just go... Oh, yeah, that's a bit too far to the left there. And yeah, at this point, they're just going to go around, it looks like. Harvest some soul off of the enemy there.
Unfortunate, but understandable. If you don't know that spot, then there's not really much you can do about it.
Yeah, and we're seeing Edu now come to the sibling, the lighthouse climb here. Definitely part of the run that probably normally not giving many experienced runners issues, but again, in a tournament setting, a lot of nerves here. Hitting any of those siblings does 2 damage, and it makes a very loud, spooky sound, which can be scary. So definitely have to watch out. All right, and Purple...
Yeah. You wouldn't normally expect a runner, let's say, just for an example, like Blue with a 52 actually dying to that sibling climb, but it does happen.
Shade, the absolute shade. Well, you're gonna have to answer to Blue later. All the bullying on stream.
Purple
Now heading into the dark section.
Here.
Yeah, I definitely agree with harvesting a little more soul there. You can also dream nail those enemies. I don't know if Purple knows that on this patch, those spikes actually don't hit you.
Probably not. He looked a little bit scared.
Agreed, he did, yeah. Yeah, so for anyone who doesn't know, the spikes those enemies shoot on this patch, they literally are useless. You can stand right next to them and they will go straight through you without hitting you. So those enemies are very safe to dream nail for soul and heal up and everything.
Taking another heal here.
Yeah.
That's probably wise if he's not super comfortable with this dark deepness section.
Oh, trying to harvest, I think, one more heal off that enemy.
And it's getting a little bit of extra soul there.
Yeah.
All right, let's see Purple handle this dark section. Looks like he knows pretty much where to go. Has to avoid those spikes below him, which he does.
Oop. Ooh, very, very close there.
Yeah.
He's playing this very safe, which, again, probably the right play here. But he makes it through without getting hit. That's the important part. Because taking a hit there is really, really time-consuming.
Okay, I'm going to switch over to watching Edu now. He's coming up on a fifth climb, which I just find so satisfying to watch.
Yeah, Abyss Climb is really, I mean, watching a good Abyss Climb is one of the most satisfying things in the game. There's so much good movement in Hollow Knight, and almost all of it's on display during this climb. Oop.
So far, looking pretty clean.
Yeah.
Okay, those
major mistakes.
Those 3 spike pogos he just did, that in my opinion is the most difficult part of it, just because of how the spikes are slanted above you.
Yeah.
But he gets it perfectly.
Very easy to take a hit on that spike wall and spawn way back farther down, so real nice climb from Edu. And now we just go back up to Dirtmouth with the stag, and we go fight THK, and that's the run. So, Edu looking to be on a good pace here for that. What is Edu's PB again?
Edu has a 55, I believe, 55, okay. 57.
All right, so PB is probably dead. I mean, not surprising with the death to Hornet that PB is dead, but this is still a very good pace. I mean, honestly, I think running within 2 minutes of your PB in a tournament setting is incredibly impressive. So, really good pace here.
Yeah, I think he's actually only going to be maybe 30 seconds to a minute off of PB. I think without that death to Hornet, Edu could have been on PB pace here, which is quite impressive for a race.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, getting a PB in a tournament is pretty insane. But no helicopter night. Very, very disappointed to see from Edu.
So this fight is there's a lot of RNG involved. You don't want the Hollow Knight to dash very often. You want him to be relatively stay in the same spot essentially, so that you can just get shrieks.
Mm-hmm. We'll see. Yeah, very nice technique. The up slashes there are very good to make sure that you don't bounce away from THK and then miss some streaks. So really good. The movement to do that is a lot more precise than it may look to a casual viewer. So really good movement here from Edu.
Yeah, the hitbox on the Hollow Knight is
real quick first section.
Pretty janky. And he gets Scream Skip.
Yeah, that was a real good fight from Edu. Like, that was an incredible fight.
Yeah, it's actually
Very well
possible to do Scream Skip Skip.
Yep,
But he didn't have quite enough soul to do that.
If THK gives you the one attack, I don't know the names of attacks, but if he gives you the one attack where he just floats in the air shooting infection bubbles everywhere, it's very easy to get. So yeah, a nice 56-29 out of Eduboy. That is a fantastic time for a tournament. So GG's to Edu, our winner here. I'm going to go ahead and let Purple know now.
Like I said, about 30 seconds off of PB. Without that death to Hornet 2, would have been a PB. Quite impressive play from Edu. Now we can focus on Purple, just finishing up the run. Purple probably wants to go to the right here. Yeah, on current patch, that Devout does not respawn, and so you can just go to the left. Yet another difference that Purple may not have been aware of.
Well, you know, something I just realized reading chat here is we did mention that Purple doesn't have a PB. So no matter, as long as they finish this run, as a viewer base, we are guaranteed to see a PB.
That is true. And
regardless of what time they finish at, it will in fact be a personal best for this category.
And I expect Purple to improve quite drastically throughout the tournament because he'll now be aware of all of these differences. Won't make the same mistakes. I'm looking forward to seeing minutes off of this time throughout the tournament.
Absolutely, yeah. It's really interesting. And it's important to note, too, a lot of people had never run this category before at all up until the tournament was announced late in December, myself included. So a lot of newer runners that could be hitting massive PBs and shaving a lot of time off as the tournament progresses.
Yeah, we can maybe wait a little bit before getting Edu in here for his interview.
Right.
Because Purple he's fairly close to finishing the run, so we don't want to have to wait a long time between the two of them.
One thing I can do, though, is go ahead and mark Edu as the winner. And that should give them an invite to come join us. So now Purple entering the Abyss, which, again, very interesting section of the run. I will say doing the lighthouse climb on 3 HP has me a little nervous, but 2 HP has me even more nervous. Okay, definitely heal. Because as we mentioned before, one hit from any of the siblings does 2 masks worth of damage, and that's an instant death, and it is a long way back back to here if they die. I'm just choosing to pogo up the siblings. Do you actually know how many hits it takes to kill the siblings?
If I'm not mistaken, it is 4.
Okay.
With face nail.
I'm gonna heal one more time here.
Purple going over the top
of swag.
Of the lighthouse. I've never seen that before.
Yeah, I gotta be honest. I did not know that was there.
Yeah, screw underplat. We've got over lighthouse.
Over lighthouse is the new meta, the new optimal strat that every runner should be incorporating into their runs immediately.
All right, it looks like we have Edu in here ready for his interview. I suppose we can bring him on. Do we want to wait?
Yeah.
Do we want to wait?
I would do either. I was going to wait for Purple to finish and interview both simultaneously.
Let's wait until Purple gets to THK, just so that we don't have too much of a time lag between them.
Yeah, definitely. I prefer to interview both runners together. Again, assuming that Purple remembering that they can that he can see dash here. You'd love to see it.
I'm interested to see how purple handles Abyss Climb, because I believe it is the same on current patch.
Yeah, I can't think. The only thing I can think of that might be a little different is the enemy cycles. But I mean, the room layout and everything is still the same. The mechanics are the same. So.
And purple coming up here on Abyss Shriek, pretty simple.
Yep. Very nice. I'm just really hyped that we're gonna see a PB here. We're gonna see a PB in a tournament.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, just Abyss Climb, then Abyss Climb THK, and then we can get both the runners in for an interview and have a quick little chat with them. Because the run was so delayed with a bit of technical difficulties at the start. It might have to be a little quick interview, but definitely want to at least talk to each of the runners about how they feel about their first tournament performance, or at least first tournament performance in this tournament.
Looks like purple knows this Abyss Climb pretty well.
Yeah, definitely knowing the general route very well. Oop.
Ooh, he went for those 3 spike pogos. Looked like he knew how to do it properly, just got slightly out of position, but a good recovery going on the other side of that platform.
Yeah, that spike wall is one of those techniques where even if you know what to do, it's still a very difficult technique, especially with tournament nerves and everything. Yeah, can definitely be pretty nerve-wracking.
Purple's also going to be heading into the THK fight with almost full soul.
Yeah, so great to see that. Assuming they don't heal, which I would expect that they just take the bench. Oh,
right.
Okay. Yep, there it is. I think it just for whatever it's worth, I have been told by people who know much more about this category than I do, that if you're gonna bench before THK, the optimal one to take is actually the one in Dirtmouth. But.
Yes, that's what I thought as well, but I don't think there's a big difference between that and the hidden station bench.
Yeah, we're probably talking a difference of 1 or 2 seconds, nothing major.
Right, and this fight is going to go pretty fast, so I think we can get Edu in here.
Yeah, definitely.
For his interview at this point. If you wanna stop by, Edu.
And there's Edu coming in here.
What's up?
Hey, congrats on your first round win.
Yeah, thank you. That was a pretty solid run in my opinion, if you don't count that Hornet death.
Yeah, we were saying that without a Hornet death, I think that might have been a PB from you, actually.
Yeah, I could have. I mean, after Hornet, I was 4 minutes 4 seconds behind, and I finished 2 minutes 42 seconds behind, so that could have definitely PB'd.
By the way, I don't know if you're reading Twitch chat, Edu, but Nader has a message for you that he might feel strongly about.
All right.
I'll leave that up to you. But yeah, no, it was a really good run without the Hornet 2 death. I mean, that's a great run. You're within a minute, I think, of your PB, which for a tournament setting, I think, is absolutely outstanding.
Edu, do you have a PB that has not been verified yet? Because
yeah, my PB is 53:47.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Either way, it still makes a good run.
Yeah, I could have still PB'd that, like, without a Hornet 2 death.
Oh no, an unfortunate death here to THK from Purple.
Yeah. Good news is that we spawn right there, so it's not too big of a travel distance to get back into the fight.
Edu on his way to go do something.
No,
Not sure what he's going to be doing here.
I wonder what that
we'll
could
find
be.
out.
Yeah,
He could be talking to Elderbug.
He could be, he could be talking to Elderbug. He could be saving a grub, maybe.
Okay, it looks like he's off to save the grub that's above the area with Mila. That's what I would imagine.
Very noble. I can't imagine any other thing he would be doing heading this direction. I can't. Yeah, he's got to be saving a grub or something real nice. Oh.
Okay, this is not the right direction to get the grub. Actually, someone should probably tell him. He may not be used to saving this grub after runs.
Oh. Yeah, very nice. Well done. On the other hand, though, Pyro is still finishing the run. Is past the self-stab phase for THK. And
wow.
Adieu, wow, wonderful.
A long-range D-Dart kill. That was impressive.
God, I love to see it. I haven't been this happy in a long time. But so Pyro's getting stuck on the wrong side of THK here, unfortunately. It's a lot harder to approach THK during that attack from the right side, but not getting hit, definitely important.
Looks like the fight is about to end here.
Yeah, there's the final scream.
No scream skip or scream skip, but the fight should end.
Very nice. Purple with a PB.
Yeah.
You'll love to see it.
Actually, I think he had the opportunity to do scream skip there. He had enough soul, and it looks like THK was within range of dying to that one Abyss Streak.
And
but
there
still,
it is.
A nice PB from Purple.
Yep. A nice PB with some baked-in time save, and we'll see if we can get Purple. We can get Purple in to do a quick interview before we start the next race on this channel.
Yeah, I don't know who's racing next, but it probably doesn't matter. They're not that important, I think.
Wow. Wow.
Hello, sorry. I have a 100 server limit issue here, and from what I've seen before I turned off the stream to set up the Discord stuff and everything, now I have to. I was planning to do that before going to the Hollow Knight, but then people started saying that So now I need to wait through this cutscene to go through, and then I finally get to do what I normally do when people decide to kill Mila.
So, Adam, I hate to leave you hanging here like this, but I actually was supposed to start my race on this same channel 7 minutes ago, so I have to hop off and set up, but I want to quickly give congrats to both runners. Really good runs. It was a joy and an honor to commentate both of you. And good luck in the rest of the tournament.
Okay, so now that we have Purple here, so how do you feel about this run? Have you completed a run on 1221 yet?
No! I've done a bit of practice for the different tricks in 1.2.2.1 to make sure. But I do think that I did a lot of current patch stuff that normally wouldn't be done here.
Yeah,
I did hear from you. I did hear that you're not meant to get the bench in Crossroads, but I did that, and then but to be honest, it wasn't really that big of a time waste. I still got dash slash, so
yeah, it's not that bad to get that bench, but there were a few other things, like you went on the lower route to Queen's Gardens and then worked your way back up. But since you can do the dash slash lever skip, you don't have to come up from the bottom. You can just go straight to the top. And what else? You didn't get the bench in Ancient Basin. You can just get that bench, and then once you get wings, you quit out to that bench.
Okay, that was all.
Yeah. So there are a few things to look over in that run, but it's going to be nice when you have some free time save in future runs.
Yeah.
So looking forward to seeing that.
I did practice a lot of 1.4.3.2 instead of this because I was way more confident in that. Plus, those started off with Attorney itself, and this is just Swiss for now, so
exactly
that category was much more important. And there we go. I also died to Mila, so the balance of the universe is back in. I've restored balance to the universe.
Great.
Yeah, you're actually on a pretty high delay, so we have not observed this this yet. It's like you're from the future. Spoilers.
Spoiler alert. Purple died to Myla. Actually, wait. Everybody in the chat is going to know that I died to Myla now. Wait, never mind. Everybody's saying spoilers. Damn.
We have no idea what happened with Myla.
Oh yeah, and now you can see on the stream the whole like weird soft like hard lock or whatever it was there. But yeah, congrats Edu on your time. You played way better than me, and did way less. Just made way less errors.
Well, he's more experienced on this patch, and
yeah,
this is pretty typical of a first round race. But your race was quite nice. Both of you died to Hornet 2, so you don't have to feel too bad about dying to Hornet 2.
Yeah, I was hoping that I wouldn't die to Hornet 2, and I could have maybe saved a bit of time there to catch up. But
other than that, it was a clean run. You made good decisions with your heals and in the right spots. And yeah, looking forward to some big improvements throughout the tournament.
I'm hopeful, but I will. Now time to watch Rhino and see if I can... Also, for N-Chap just asked if I quit. No, I didn't quit. And anything I do would give me a personal best, so I'd rather get a personal best than quit.
Yeah, so we're gonna turn over the stream so that they can get started on the next race. But
yeah, that's
GG's to Edu and Purple, and thanks everyone for watching. Hope you all stick around for the race between who is it? It's Rhino and let me just check. Rhino and Caleris. So good luck to them, and yeah, thanks everyone.
Yeah, thanks. GG again, Pyros. That's a pretty good first run, honestly.